it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing the series that deals with natal chart analysis, and today I'll be doing one on Keanu Reeves. I will be speaking on his personality traits, his characteristic traits, based off of his natal chart. I also will be speaking on how a lot of the placements in his chart has led to a lot of his success. So please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Also, please make sure that you hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And last but not least, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, anyone in general who really appreciates this content or who is a fan of Mr. Reeves. Now let's get right into the video, lovelies. Keanu Reeves was born on September 2nd, 1964, so this qualifies him to be a Virgo. And with this placement, he tends to have a diligent personality, and he's very industrious, he's very caring and organized with people, and he does have incredible intuition. And because he has a Virgo sun, it's a mutable sign, so he is the type of person that is very much open-minded to different things and try their best to learn different things. The fact that he's very caring and very much intuitive does come with a Virgo trait, as well as him being diligent and industrious. By them being an earth sign, Virgos, they do tend to be hardworking, they do tend to be diligent and make sure they work as hard as they need to and have the patience in order to accomplish every last one of their goals. Next up is his moon in Cancer, and this is actually a great placement because Cancer is a great placement to have your moon in, and because he has this placement, he tends to know what people are feeling. He's very intuitive, he's very emotional, and because it is a water sign, so it makes sense. He's very sentimental, but he does tend to have a lot of mood swings. But in regards to him being very much emotional, it's a way for him to express his feelings and for you to know how he's feeling. He's not going to bottle up his emotions. He's someone who is very intuitive. He knows how you're feeling. He's very sensitive, and he's a very caring person. That does come with Cancer placements. They tend to be caring. He's someone who's very committed in a relationship. He's someone who's very protective of other people. He's also someone who's very nurturing. He has a great memory. He's someone who loves touch, so that's something that describes him. Next up is his Mercury in Virgo, and not only is it good because he's able to have his Mercury and Sun in the same sign, but having a Virgo in the Mercury section is very great because it's ruled by Mercury, so it's very great for him to have it. He tends to have a lot of analytical thinking, and he knows how to make decisions based off of rationality. He's someone who is going to learn different things. He loves to communicate how he feels and communicate what he wants to talk about. He loves to make decisions in the most practical and a rational way. He's also someone who's very precise, and you understand exactly what they want or mean. He's very understanding without displaying emotions. He's very practical. He has efficient, realistic solutions, so if you want a solution to something, it's great for you to go to him. And he's someone who is sensitive to criticism. Next up is his Venus in Cancer. And with this placement, he's quite sensitive when it comes to dealing with love and relationships. And if you looked at him, he's been in a relationship for a long time. So relationships are very important to people with this placement. He's very caring, and he's very comfortable in regards to how he treats his partner. He's very protective. He's very empathetic. He's very parental. He wants a committed and a predictable relationship, so he doesn't really want things changing up on him. He's very sensitive and he craves security, comfort, and love. He shows love by taking care of his partner's needs. He pays more attention to his partner's feelings than their words, so that's that intuition. He can resort to maybe the silent treatment when upset or pouting. But he is someone who has a difficult time forgetting an injury what other people have done because he's a very good person and have a good heart. Next up is his Mars in Cancer. So this is his third placement in Cancer. So this gives him a Cancer stellium. And with this placement, he tends to be someone who is very ambitious. This does come a lot with it being a cardinal sign as well. So when he wants something, he's going to make sure he gets it. He's very creative, and he's going to make sure that he's persistent to try to mold the situation to suit his emotional needs. He's someone who is very sensitive, so he's able to understand what people want and do not want. He does have a rich imagination, so he's able to always go out and beyond in regards to what he wants. He's very empathetic. When he's getting what he wants, he's very cautious. He doesn't really want to hurt people when he's going after a goal or doing something. So that's something that is really great about him, and it's actually a great placement for him to have. It's very nice. Next up is his Jupiter in Taurus, and with this placement, he is very generous and very compassionate. That's something that comes across in his chart, is his generosity and his compassion. And if you've actually met him, he has the best personality, and he's actually a nice person, a lot of people have said. And he is very generous. He does give to others, and he tries his best to make sure that he's cautious when he's trying to attract good fortune, along with having a good work ethic and dedication. He's someone who loves a professional life. He loves a stable lifestyle, and that's something that comes across his chart a lot. And he loves dependableness. He is someone who's very protective and secure of his environment. He wants to provide the best for those around him, and he wants to give people who he loves affection and support. And that's something that is very common in this chart. Next up is his Saturn in Pisces. And with this placement, it's common for him to always have to make personal sacrifices for others. He is very intuitive and creative with his talents, but him always having to make personal sacrifices is a recurring theme. He's someone who looks down on their issues as unimportant in the grand scheme of things, so that's why it's easy for him to just make personal sacrifices, because he's like, it doesn't really matter. But he does have the tendency to think that his life is out of control. And sometimes it can come from an unreasonable fear, and it could be connected to unfortunate experiences that he has had, maybe with a father figure or something in his early life. So he has to learn to take responsibility and now learn to have his own life. So that's something that he will need to understand in regards to lessons. Next up is his Uranus in Virgo. And with this placement, he has an amazing intuition. So he is so intuitive based off of his chart, and he's able to assess a situation and move ahead in the right direction. And this is also his third placement in Virgo, so he also has a Virgo stellium. And because of this, he is always able to make the right decisions for himself. He's someone who has an intensity with which he dislikes. And sometimes he may dislike a normal everyday routine and chores, but he's the type of person who would invent something that is very much needed in society, so he won't have to do too much in life or do a lot that he probably wouldn't have to do if he made an invention. He's very practical, and he's the type of person that loves to go into technology, and he likes to do anything that will make his daily life exciting. Next up is his Neptune in Scorpio. And with this placement, it is actually one of the rare placements that find pleasure and inspiration from the darkest of places. So what other people probably would not want to talk about or want to do, these people actually look at it like, you know, this is so inspiring and this is something that I would want to do. And also with this placement, he's very open-minded. and he is extremely invested in anything that is deep and mysterious. He loves to explore and idealize beliefs that can occur from healing, psychology, or things that probably previous generations would not really want to talk about. He's also someone who would like to experience different feelings, experience different things in life that probably would not be accepted in society, but because they love to get inspiration for different things, this will make a lot of sense. Next up is his Pluto in Virgo, and he's been able to gain this because he was born between 1957 and 1972, so he is a part of Generation X, and perfection and down-to-earth attitude is something that comes with this placement. They do tend to be very hardworking. They value hard work, self-improving, and being skilled in something. That's something that they really like. And things that they may talk about is environmental things or technology issues. And they're also the type of people that they will work as hard as they need to in order to achieve anything. However, sometimes they may just put too much focus on that. But they are the type of people that will talk about personal health, general nutrition, or anything that deals with helping the body. That's something that this generation really focuses on and trying their best to have good health. Next up would be his North Node in Gemini. And with this placement, he will need to develop these attributes in order for him to uncover his hidden gifts and talents. First things first would be having a healthy curiosity for things, asking questions to learn how other people think, seeing both sides of a situation, having tact, having logic, communication of different topics or different things in life that is needed, a positive approach to life and other people, purposely cheering other people's on and making sure that everyone is cool and everyone's being encouraged, using a non-threatening approach when expressing his ideas, openness to new ideas and new experiences, seeking factual information before making decisions. So these are the things that he will need to develop in order for him to uncover his hidden gifts and talents. Next up is his Chiron in Pisces, and with this placement he tends to have the wound of not feeling protected by the universe or not being protected by a higher source of being. And sometimes you also, on the other hand, may feel as though you're not worth being protected, or you're not worth or deserving of the energy of the universe or of a higher being. So maybe from a young age you may have been neglected or something really unfortunate happened to you, so you really don't have any trust in a higher being because you feel as though they should have protected me, or they should have made sure that I was okay, or made sure that this never would have happened. So you do tend to have a tendency of escaping situations. However, that's not the best way to make sure you need to see your problems head on, face your problems head on, because trying to escape it, you'll never be healed of this wound. So that's something that he will need to work on. Next up is his ascendant/rising in Virgo. With this placement, he tends to be very reserved and shy in new settings, and that's something that goes with his personality as well, because if you do look at him, he does seem like a very shy and reserved person, and imagining in a new setting where he's new, yeah, that would make so much sense. He can appear detached or critical. He is sensitive to bodily discomfort. He may be a picky eater, but he's good at pinpointing ideas. He can be overly worrisome and high-strung. He's attracted to those who need help. He does not really like public displays of affection, and he is someone who's very dependable. He's very practical. He's very organized. He's very logical. He's very helpful. He's very neat. And these are the traits that he has that are very beneficial to him, because he's able to make a lot of great decisions based off of this placement and other placements as well. Last but not least is his midheaven in Gemini.